Democrats have convinced their entire party that if they're not in control, it's somehow Jim Crow 2.0, even though those laws were in fact perpetuated by Democrats, by the way. But here's a clue why libs believe these things. Check this out. This is a chart from the 4 major publications that most libs read over their chai latte at their anti-capitalist coffee shop. The New York Times, the Washington Post, LA Times, and the Wall Street Journal, which is the least trashy of these. The frequency of the use of the word racism and racist. Declining, as you can see there, since the 90s. Then right when Obama declares his candidacy in early 2007, little pop, with liberal media accusing just about anyone who opposed Obama of being racist. And it worked. It helped get Obama elected because there were enough self-hating people that voted for the one-term, basically unknown senator from Chicago simply because he was half black and they didn't want to be called racist. Then you fast forward to 2014. Trump comes onto stage and starts talking about maybe running for president. It'll be a year at this point before he actually declares for president. And to combat the likely previous Democrat, now Republican, also the recipient of the Ellis Island Award alongside Rosa Parks and Jesse Jackson, by the way. To combat that guy, those same lib publications ramped up their perception of racism. And what was the result of that? Race relations in America cratered. Nothing else changed except the media and Democrats screaming racism. We had just elected a black president with not one, but 2 black attorney generals, with a black DHS secretary, a black national security advisor on the heels of George Bush's black Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, with ample programs from scholarships to grants to admissions and standards that favored black people, and yet race relations plummeted because the media and Democrats hyped this hysteria from a problem that didn't exist, and they did it to buy votes. They created this problem. Just like the Southern Poverty Law Center had to fund and create racism riots in the streets in order to have enough justification for them to continue to exist. And then Democrats, now black people can't get elected. Scott Jennings had potentially the mic drop of the year on that one.
Thomas?
We've obviously got some serious deficits. We haven't had an African-American Republican governor since Reconstruction. There's unfortunately imbalance between the 2 parties.
Republicans tried to elect one in Virginia.
Okay. Well,
I'm just saying. And then you got a white Democrat who gerrymandered the state. It's all crumbling.
We're going to end this here.
Yeah, they immediately went to commercial after that one. This is exactly what I'm talking about. There are plenty of black Republicans, like Winsome Sears, who ran for governor, former Marine, lieutenant governor, intimately qualified. She ran, and Virginia and Democrats elected the white liberal over her, which calls their BS because if they were, as the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, who said in response to yesterday's Supreme Court decision, today's decision is a devastating blow to what remains of the Voter Rights Act and a license for corrupt politicians who want to rig the system by silencing entire communities. They meant black communities. But not a word when Democrats denied Winsome Sears the governor's seat in Virginia. And how'd that work out for Virginia now? Specifically black Virginians who now pay 85 new taxes. They have gun control, loss of parental rights, and their own Supreme Court of the state had to pause Democrats' radical attempt at redistricting that tried to give more of a voice to white liberals in the suburbs of D.C. over rural black Virginians. Look, when I tell you Democrats are full of it, guys, I'm not even scratching the surface. Like Raphael Warnock, who said, I would not be standing here if it weren't for the Voters' Rights Act. Bro, you ran against Herschel Walker in your first election. Another black person. It was a 100% chance of a black person getting elected in that race. Your race, your skin color had nothing to do with your first election to that seat. And something to do with some other things, but when you confront Democrats with any of this, though, any logic in basically anything, you're a racist.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.